Hello, YouTube. Alpha Wolf signing on in. I just want to say this while the game is loading. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Remember, leave a comment down below what you like, you dislike, or what you think I can improve on. But today, we're up for our second stream. Since I couldn't figure out Invasion Machine on stream, we're gonna be playing from the depths. I went straight from that previous game to this one, so this is my first time playing this ever. I've seen quite a few like playthroughs, but I don't know how to make ships myself. So I went and downloaded some battleships and stuff from the workshop. They're all World War II U.S. naval vessels. So let's find out what we got. We got a few carriers, an escort carrier, a few battleships, a cruiser, a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and a destroyer. And that's what we're going to try to use for the campaign. But while this loads, I'm going to go use the restroom. Alrighty, I am back and we're still loading. Okay, that is fine. I was hoping it wouldn't be loading still. Okay, so here's the deal. As you can see on the top middle of our screen, we have some kind of goal. What this goal is this is my subscriber goal. This is what I want to hit by the end of this year. I want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of 2021. That's my goal. Dear Lord, is that loud? Okay, first things first, let's find the settings, gosh darn it. Here it is. Ow, my ears. You know, let's just turn off music entirely, because I have no clue if that is copyright or not. Let's do some learn to play. Okay, let's start off with basic training. BCC, I gotta go for the
basic
BCC.
training, soldier. Unfortunately, there is no time to delay, as enemy forces are approaching. We're going to get you acclimatized to your Rambot avatar, familiarize yourself with the weapon control of this forward operation base, and have you defend it from the incoming Deepwater Guard air. Press W to move forwards. Press S to move backwards. Press A to strafe left. Press space to jump. Master the camera controls. Press tab to switch to a movable, third-person, flying camera. Move the camera 25 meters from your player's body. Press tab again to go back to the first-person camera. You can also totally decouple the camera from your player by entering and exiting the fleet control UI by double tapping E. Let's do that now. Press E twice to find your camera satisfyingly free. To show the mouse cursor and access lots of different options, you can press the middle mouse button. Whilst we are here, let's use the extended HUD to pause the game by clicking the pause symbol on the left or pressing F11.
F11.
Okay, now that we know where these extra options are, let's unpause and continue the tutorial by clicking the icon again or pressing F11.
I'm looking for the icon to be... Oh, there, it's up there.
Okay, let's disable the extended HUD and hide the mouse by pressing middle mouse once more. Now let's return to the first person by pressing Tab. Our avatar can take control of vehicle weapons or leave it to the AI. We know we are in control when the Me in the bottom left is highlighted. This is highlighted on the HUD now and is in the bottom left of the screen. Let's make sure we are in this slot now. Use mouse wheel or left and right bracket to select this slot. Get close to the fire control computer. Let's test fire the gun. Look out towards the horizon and notice the gun follows you. Press left control to fire the gun.
Oh, left control.
You've mastered the basics just in time. The enemy is approaching from the east. Let's use the turret on the fort to destroy those aircraft. To kill the planes, we just need to look at one of them. A lock-on crosshair will appear, and hold left control. Keep shooting until it's destroyed.
Perfect. I like that.
Well done, you have learned the basic controls and have fended off the Deepwater Guard attack. This will surely not be the last of them, so we need to get you prepared for the battle with your own ship. In the next tutorial, you'll learn about building a basic boat.
Like, oh, I downloaded a mod for no reason. I didn't realize it had this. Let's build our own boat.
Now that you've learned the basic controls, it is now time to learn how to build a basic boat. This tutorial will cover various systems that have not yet been mentioned, but all that will be explained in detail in later tutorials. You may notice the metal and wood platform here. It will be our floor upon which we will build the boat. By the end of this tutorial, you have learned about holding a craft in place, using mirror mode, and constructing the basics of a small missile boat. We're going to do some building now. From the Depths uses a novel, keyboard-based building approach, but it also has the more familiar mouse-based building options as well. We always recommend using keyboard-based building, but you can tap F3 at any time to swap modes. We're going to swap you into keyboard-based building now and begin. The instructions will describe everything you need to do to become a master builder. If you cannot manage a step, please press Enter to have it auto-complete. The hull. Let's start by building up a watertight hull. We'll construct the sides, front, and rear with some beamed wooden blocks, then add some corners to the front to help shape the boat. Enter build mode by pressing B.
Oh, B. I heard
Hold
E.
the vehicle still by pressing caps lock. Cycle a central mirror on by pressing Alt-N. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
Oh!
Move the marker into position. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position.
Move the build marker one element backward. Elements one backwards 7. Okay, we're figuring it out.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
Okay. Let's try building up a watertight hull.
Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. The wrong block has been placed. We must remove it. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block.
I don't know what I just did,
Move
but
the
okay.
marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Close the inventory by pressing E. Rotate the marker. Close the inventory by pressing
What
E.
is this?
Rotate
Press tab.
the marker.
Oh.
Left click to place the block. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Propellers and rudder. Now we will place propellers and a rudder onto the hull for propulsion. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Close the inventory by pressing E.
I'm sorry about
Move
that,
the
guys.
marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to remove the block. Left click to remove the block. The wrong block has been placed. We must remove it. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. the air pump. We can make the hull watertight by placing an air pump. This will help keep the boat floating higher. When constructing larger hulls, you may use many of these in compartments of the hull. Open the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Time to take control. With the basic boat parts constructed, we will place a ship's wheel so that we can control the ship with our avatar. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Don't forget the chair. It's good to have a chair available close to the ship's wheel so that you will not be thrown around while in combat. You can press Q on a chair to sit your avatar in that chair. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Left click to place the block. A basic engine. Now we will build a simple engine to power the propellers. We will go over engines in much more depth in future tutorials. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block.
Okay,
Open
I'm
the
getting the hang of
inventory
this.
by pressing E.
I'm getting the hang of
Select
this.
the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. The wrong block has been placed. We must remove it. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E.
Okay, so if I
Select the
press
flashing red block.
hold tab and hit E, then I should be fine in terms of rotating things.
Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to remove the block. Left click to remove the block. Left click to remove the block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker.
I don't understand. What is it? So the axis is facing backwards.
Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
I might
Close
just
the
end up
inventory
using.
by pressing E.
I might just be ending.
Move the marker into position.
Using only modded stuff for our things.
Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block.
Until I get
Don't
more.
forget the fuel. What good is a fuel engine without fuel? Let's place a few fuel tanks to supplement the fuel engine. The wrong block has been placed. We must remove it.
What do you mean? God, okay, give me a second, folks. Hey, what's up? Yep, I'm playing a different game now, but...
Left click to remove the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab.
Okay, I see what it
Select
wants.
the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. The missile battery. It's time to add weapons. We will build a missile system to provide some armaments for this boat. Missiles are compact and can fit in small designs, so they are excellent here. We will go over missiles in more depth in a future tutorial. Cycle the central mirror off by pressing Alt-N or N. Open the inventory by pressing E.
So what happened
Select the flashing red
is
tab.
I couldn't figure out the other game, so I moved on to this one
Select the flashing
by
red
ending
block.
the previous stream.
Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
Connector.
Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
We're making
Open
a simple
the
missile
inventory
boat. I have
by
some modded
pressing
ships from
E.
campaign, but
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
this thing's...
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block.
This is very
Move
complicated.
The
If it wasn't for the
into
tutorial,
position.
I would be
Left
completely
click
lost.
to place the block.
I'm going to be honest.
Ammunition. Now we will place some ammo barrels for the missiles to reload from. Cycle a central mirror on by pressing Alt-N. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Don't like how it's making me do this. Don't like the way it's making me do this is more like it.
Left click to place the block. So let's place a few material storage boxes. Materials can also be used by the avatar to repair the boat should it get damaged. Open the inventory by pressing E.
I'm going to do what I want to do first, game, which is pre-align myself.
Select the flashing red block. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Adding a keel. Our current boat is quite light and may not move in the water very well. The best way to sink the boat down without adding much weight is to use a keel. The deeper the keel, the less weight you need to bring the boat's center of mass down. For this boat, we'll be using 2 small metal beams and a lead beam. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab.
Kill.
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position.
Wrong key. It's just
Left
like
click to place the block.
I've got
You're
like a
done.
billion key
Leave
binds.
build mode by pressing B.
Oh, B again.
Well done. We have constructed a basic boat that can hold its own in small-scale combat. With time, you will learn to use more advanced shaping to create the hull of your dreams. In the next tutorial, we will learn how to control the boat and start to become a captain of the seas. Congratulations! This tutorial is now complete.
But yeah, I'm doing tutorials right now for this game.
Now let's master ship controls. Vehicles are controlled using controllers.
Hi, ship.
The one we have on this boat is a ship's wheel. It uses a key layout that is appropriate for controlling a boat. Before we get started moving the boat, you should sit in the boat's chair by pressing Q while you look at it. Let's do that now. Tell the ship's wheel to increase main drive by holding U.
Really? You?
You'll see that the main drive is listed as 100% on the right-hand side of the HUD, yet the boat is not moving anywhere. That is because the propeller has not been configured to respond to the main drive yet. Let's fix that now. Note that you can configure what vehicle information is displayed on the right-hand side of the screen from the Vehicle Info tab in the Options menu. Press Tab to swap to third-person camera. Now move the camera to the back of the boat and press Q to interact with the propeller. Once the interface opens up, press the Pusher Preset button at the top of the screen. This will tell the propeller to respond to forwards and backwards commands that the AI sends, and also primary drive, which is what we have just set to full. Great! Now close the UIs. Press Escape or click the X in the top right corner. Fantastic! The boat will start to move now. Note that a freshly placed propeller, or jet engine, has default settings so that it can help you move forwards, backwards, or roll, pitch, or yaw, turn left or right the vehicle. Note that you can manually adjust the response to any and all axes and combine them in different ways. Now that the equipment is configured, let's continue working through the controls. Slow down using J.
Sorry,
Hold J
PCJ.
to enter reverse. Now stop the propellers by tapping U and J together. Now let's get back to
That's
full
gonna have to
speed
change.
by holding U to bring the main drive to 100%. Now let's turn. The rudder is already configured to listen to the yaw axis. Yawing left and yawing right is another way of saying turning left and turning right. Now we will need to press the appropriate buttons to send the yaw left and yaw right signal to the rudder. Let's turn right using K to send a yaw right command, which the rudder will respond to. Now let's turn left using H to send a yaw left command, which the rudder will respond to. Drive the boat 50 meters from here. UJHK. Great snakes! What's that on the horizon? More Deepwater Guard pirates are coming. Good thing we know how to drive this tub. But wait, we need to take control of the weapons. Ensure the Me in the bottom left is selected. This is highlighted on the HUD now and is in the bottom left of the screen. Take control of nearby weapons. Use mouse wheel or left and right bracket to select AI. Kill the Vanguard by pressing left control to fire your missiles. Looking at the target is always a good idea when firing.
And we're just gonna spam missiles. Or the HE spam our World of Warships. Die, pirate filth. Here I thought I would be able to like take a quick restroom break. Oh boy. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, that was a beautiful look, but no, we're gonna rear tank him. We're not gonna bow tank him. Nah. We're gonna rear tank him. Why can't I? There we go. I'll be right back, folks. I really have to use the restroom. Okay, I'm back. Why can't I? Oh, I can only go a certain distance, huh? Ooh, that's a direct hit. Well, time the bow tank. Well, the warships don't fail me now. Are you stationary? Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks... Oh! Please tell me I knocked out his gun. Oh, tell me I knocked out... Nope. Not even close. Okay. I did not knock out his gun, but... What the... I need this camera to... just...
Well done, this tutorial is over. You can scroll back through the tutorial instructions by pressing middle mouse to give you a mouse cursor and using the scroll bar on the right of this window.
Up next, automate your boat. Okay, this is going to be important.
This tutorial will show you how to upgrade a vehicle with AI components that will control its movement and firing.
This isn't it. Okay.
The brain of the system. The AI mainframe is what will control all of the parts that we will be adding to the system. If it gets destroyed, the AI will cease to function. Enter build mode by pressing B.
This is a nice looking boat. Okay, well, that
Hold the
didn't work.
vehicle still by pressing caps lock. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. AI card slot. Since we want to get some basic navigation set up, first we'll add an AI card slot so that we can add the basic AI. AI card slots are also needed for other AI cards, such as target prioritization and aim point selection. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Basic AI card. Normally you can configure AIs in the mainframe itself, but for this tutorial we will use a basic circling ship AI card to allow the boat to navigate around its target. It's a simple plug and play type of card that is useful for your first designs. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Left click to place the block. Time for weapons. With the ship now configured with a basic behavior, let's get the weapons automated. Local weapon controllers are required for this function and will control both turret blocks and main weapon blocks. Let's add one next to the turret and another in front of the missile controller. That way the AI will handle both. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. AI connectors. There are two ways to connect a local weapon controller to the AI mainframe. The first one will be a wired connection by using AI connectors to connect it to the mainframe. This is more useful for very local connections. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Transmission. The other way will be through wireless transmission, which requires a wireless transmitter connected to the AI mainframe and a wireless receiver on the local weapon controller. We will place the transmitter on the AI first. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Now we will place a wireless receiver on the local weapon controller. Wireless transmission is the most effective way to connect local weapon controllers to the AI mainframe, since it can be done anywhere on the craft with only a couple of parts. Blind as a bat. Now that we have the weapons configured, they still can't aim well, so we need to set up detection. Let's add some more AI connectors, 4 on top of the ship, 1 on the bottom, and 1 on the gun turret. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Now let's add some wireless receivers to the AI connectors. Just like the local weapon controller using a wireless receiver, these will connect the parts to the AI mainframe. Select the flashing red block. Rotate the marker. The wrong block has been placed. We must remove it. Left click to remove the block. Rotate the marker. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker.
Actually, can I just do this?
Left click to place the block. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Why is my plotter being such a dick right now?
Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Visual sense. Next we will add on some basic 360-degree cameras. Visual cameras can see nearly anything above water without issue, but their range estimates are quite poor. They will serve as our primary eyes for the other detection to be added. Select the flashing red tab.
Flashing red tab. Oh, there it is.
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Wish there was a better way to speed this up.
Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Computer overload. The addition of cameras exceeds the mainframe's processing power, so they won't work well. Let's add some general processing cards to the AI connectors attached to the mainframe so we can support the additional detection. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the
I'm
marker
gonna just use
into
a proper
position.
rest and break at this point. I'll be right back in like 5-10 minutes. I just gotta get the thing to come up. My little timer thingy. Let's see, I'll just say... At 15. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry about that, folks. That took a little longer than anticipated. But hopefully, and as I say this, my body decides to make me look like a fool, but I don't give a darn. Okay. What are we doing again? Oh, yeah, putting this thing.
Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Laser tracker. We need to address the issue with the range estimates being poor, so we can use a laser tracker. They will track a target that's already detected and provide accurate range estimates, which will allow the cannon to fire more accurately. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Radar gimbal tracker. Just in case the laser tracker gets destroyed, or if the target is covered in smoke, we'll add in a radar gimbal tracker as well. Just like the laser tracker, it will provide accurate information on a target, but they must be within the radar's range. Sonar. Right now our detection is ineffective against anything underwater, such as a submarine. The 360-degree sonar will solve this issue. It provides solid estimates by itself and needs no other support. However, it must be placed underwater. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Now that we have the weapons configured, they still can't aim well, so we need to set up detection. Let's add some more AI connectors. 4 on top of the ship, 1 on the bottom, and 1 on the gun turret. Press right bracket to build on the correct sub-object. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. Now let's add some wireless receivers to the AI connectors. Just like the local weapon controller, using a wireless receiver, these will connect the parts to the AI mainframe. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Rotate the marker.
I don't know what it wants me to do. Didn't I do this before?
Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker.
I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know where it wants me to go, so I'm...
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Oh! Oh! Okay. That makes sense.
Left click to place the block. Finally, let's add a rangefinder to the turret. This will allow a fairly accurate range estimation of the target without need of the trackers. Select the flashing red tab. Select the flashing red block. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position.
I had it like
Rotate the marker. Move the marker into position. Rotate the marker. Left click to place the block. You're done. Leave build mode by pressing B. The building is complete. Our boat can now drive and shoot autonomously. Oh no! What's that I smell? Christ! Deepwater Guard are back! Good thing we got our AI integrated. Sit back and hope for the best. But wait! We need to relinquish control of the weapons so that we are sure that the AI will control them all. Ensure that AI in the bottom left is selected. This is highlighted on the HUD now and is in the bottom left of the screen. Relinquish control of nearby weapons. Use mouse wheel or left and right bracket to select AI. Kill Vanessa.
Okay, this is gonna be beautiful.
Well done! This tutorial is complete. In the next tutorial, we will learn how to command and control our AI.
Tactical control.
For your fleet, you'll learn how to set movement and attack orders, as well as triggering automatic combat behaviors. Tactical controls are given in the fleet interface, which is accessed by pressing E. Press E to open it now. Let's select our boat by clicking on it on the list on the left, or literally left-clicking on the boat, or using a click and drag selection to select it. Now let's put the vehicle into manual mode so that we can issue it orders. To do this, click the flashing red button. Now that our vehicle is in manual mode, we can give it orders. Once you begin giving an order, you'll notice that you can set the orientation of the order, and for planes, you will also be able to set the altitude of the order. Give an order using right-click, or right-click and drag to set the orientation of the order. Give it a chain of orders using Shift plus right-click. Let's give it 3. We now know how to manually order our vehicles around. A vehicle can be ordered like this as long as it has an AI mainframe on it with a maneuver routine defined within it. Let's turn the movement off now by pressing the flashing red button. We now know how to disable movement. Note that when you press the vehicle control keys T, G, Y, H, U, J, I, K, O, L, etc., it will automatically disable the movement of the vehicle that you are manually controlling for a few seconds. We will now spawn in 2 harmless enemy units to test out the automatic combat behaviors and targeting commands. We will disable our boat's AI weapon control for now. Our boat's AI will pick which of the 2 targets to engage. The current target has a red box drawn on it. We can force our boat to engage a target by left-clicking on the target. We will try that now. Left-click on the enemy on the left to target it. Left-click on the enemy on the right to target it. AI mainframes can hold many automatic combat behavior routines. The number they can have depends on the number of AI cards they have in their card slots. We've provided 1 on our boat, so let's enable automatic mode now to turn this behavior routine
Taking
on.
command.
Begin automatic combat behaviors by clicking the flashing red button. Our boat will now automatically begin to engage the
Gunnery
enemy
enabled.
vehicles, but we forgot to activate our boat's weapons. We will do that next. Let's turn the AI
I
weapon control
called
on
it!
by pressing the
Gunnery
flashing red
enabled.
button. Our boat will now automatically shoot its weapons at the enemies. This is facilitated by AI detection components and the AI local weapon controller blocks that control the weapons. Now do whatever you need to do to destroy those 2 enemy units. Kill the enemy on the left.
Engaging now.
I want to see it get annihilated.
Kill the enemy on the right. The fleet interface has loads of other options, many of which will be explained in the subsequent strategic controls tutorial. One final thing we will look at here is the tactical options provided in the map. Use the mouse wheel or left and right bracket to scroll out until the map opens up, or simply press M. Scrolling out even further will bring up the strategic map view. This is useful for grand strategy in the campaign, but we are focusing on the tactical controls at the moment. I've spawned one final enemy for you to destroy. The map's tactical elements are very similar to those that you've just used, so you should have no problems in defeating this new enemy whilst in a tactical map. Do whatever you need to do to destroy this one final enemy.
I'm gonna use the restroom while we wait for this next one. Hello.
In this tutorial we combine the strategic controls for the game, how to make fleets, how to split them apart, how to set flagships, how to position forces within a fleet, and how to give orders to a fleet. Many strategic controls can be given in the fleet interface, which is accessed by pressing E. Tap E now.
Okay. What's it having me do this time? Many strategic controls can be given in the fleet.
The first thing we will do is combine all 3 of these forces into the same fleet.
Receiving.
Let's select Gamma by clicking it on the list on the left or left clicking on the boat.
Receiving. Receiving.
Let's put Gamma into the same fleet as Alpha by clicking the flashing red merge button next to Alpha Fleet on the fleet list.
Receiving. Receiving.
Fleet list. I don't see a
Receiving. Receiving. Receiving.
I don't see a flashing red button.
Receiving.
So click on Gamma. Now there should be a flashing red button somewhere. It's a flashing red button next to Alpha Fleet in the fleet list. Can I like zoom out all the way or something? I'm gonna hit enter.
Let's select Beta by clicking it on the list on the left, or literally left-clicking on the boat.
List. I don't see a list. What's it talking about? List on the left.
Receiving.
Let's put Beta into the same fleet as Alpha and Gamma by clicking on the flashing red merge button next to Alpha's name on the fleet list.
I don't see a button for this. Hold on. Give me a second to look this up. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to do this because there's no button. I'm not seeing a button. Ah, screw it.
Now we will give a fleet movement order to Alpha Fleet. We'll start by selecting Alpha. Select the flagship, Alpha, by clicking on the vehicle, on its name, on the list, or on the fleet name, Alpha Fleet. Now put Alpha into fleet move mode. With the
Returning to
flagship
formation.
selected, we can give
Okay.
an order with right click and drag. It's
Moving
likely
now.
that Beta and Gamma are now moving with the flagship, but to make sure, let's put them into fleet move mode. Select Beta. Now
Receiving.
put Beta into
Returning
fleet
to
move mode.
formation.
Select Gamma.
Receiving.
Now put Gamma
Returning to
into fleet move
formation.
mode. With Gamma selected and in fleet move mode, we can now issue an order that will reposition Gamma within the fleet. Right click and drag to position Gamma relative to the rest of the fleet.
Moving
Now
now.
we'll learn how to change flagship. Keep Gamma selected. Press the flashing red Set Flagship button to make Gamma the flagship of this fleet. With Gamma as the flagship, orders given to Gamma will affect the whole fleet. We will now learn how to separate forces out of the fleets, which can be done in a number of different ways. Separate Alpha, Beta and Gamma back to 3 individual fleets by selecting the forces individually and pressing the flashing red button. We will now learn about out-of-play and in-play forces. Out-of-play forces are enabled in campaign
Receiving.
and they are essential to campaign play. An out-of-play force is an abstract representation of your force, and it can still gather materials, create energy, produce commodities, and can require materials
I
or
see it
energy
now.
to move, just like a normal in-play force. Out-of-play vehicles go where you tell them to go, using the recorded top speed and recorded maximum altitude of the in-play vehicle. You can have hundreds of out-of-play vehicles and still have a smooth frame rate. This is why they exist. They allow epic large-scale strategy in campaign.
Huh.
Let's put all 3 of our vehicles out of play by pressing the flashing red button. With our vehicles out of play, we can order them to travel long distances on the map and not have to worry too much about them.
Receiving.
And with all the vehicles out of play, we can speed up time to times 10 speed. Press the times 10 button in the bottom right corner of the screen. Well done, this tutorial is complete.
Compact engine, vertical launch missiles, basics of resources. Let's do that one. I'm not going to be building too much.
You've come a long way. Finally have your own fortress on your
It's not on camera.
Feel free to take a moment to appreciate what has been built. It's not completely done, but we'll have it fully functioning by the end of this tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be discussing how to keep a sky fortress afloat, explaining what materials and energy are and how to obtain them and spend them. We will be moving around a lot on this fortress in build mode. You can always move faster in build mode by double tapping the directional key that you wish to move in. To get started, Sky Fortress turbines are required to keep the fortress in the air. If you lose all of them, or they run out of power, the fortress will start to crumble apart. Let's place some more turbines to reduce the odds of this happening.
Press left bracket to build on the hull. Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
I wish there was a better way to speed this up. Nope. Okay.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block.
Materials are what makes the world go round in From the Depths. They are used to build your craft, reload your weapons, and power your engines. Let's add some more material storage to this fortress near the back.
Open the inventory by pressing E. Select the flashing red tab. Close the inventory by pressing E. Move the marker into position.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I had to sneeze. Woo! Ever since we started taking care of my grandma's dog, I think it started developing an allergy. It's nothing
Left
big,
click
but
to place the block. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block. Left click
Mostly
to place the
sneezes,
block. Move the marker into position.
Fortresses are known for their static behaviour and are best kept in resource zones to gather materials. Let's place down some material gatherers to make use of this extra material storage we now have.
Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. 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 Left click to place the block.
Fuel tanks are used by fuel engines and custom jet engines and allow them to access materials to burn as fuel. Let's add some more fuel storage to this fortress.
Move the marker into position.
I like how they have like two voices now yelling at me of what to do.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block.
Refineries are used to refine materials into globally accessible commodities. Commodities can be gifted to any force in your territory or neighbouring territories. Constructs need to have at least 1 million materials in storage in order to run the refinery, so it is quite an investment. There are also extra modules which will make the refinery more efficient at converting materials into commodities. Generally, it's wise to make efficient refineries to make the most out of your materials. We'll be going over all the parts of a refinery in this tutorial. Let's start by placing the refinery itself first. As refineries are in use, they create dangerous gas. If the dangerous gas gets too high, the refinery will take damage and explode. Flare stacks will mitigate the dangerous gas buildup. Let's place a few of those.
Move the marker into position.
Well, I got too far ahead of myself.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Left click to place the block.
The desalter is the first piece used to make refineries more efficient at commodity creation. Only one desalter works per refinery system.
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block.
The coker is another add-on for the refinery that moderately increases the efficiency of conversion. Unlike the desalter, you can have as many cokers as you like. The catalytic cracker is the last module covered for the refinery. It increases the volume of materials processed into commodities. You may also have as many of these as you'd like on your refinery.
Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position.
I feel like it's bugged right now.
Left click to place the block.
As modules are added onto the refinery, the dangerous gas will build up faster. Let's attach more flare stacks to keep the dangerous gas under control.
Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
What good are your cannon ships without ammo? Ammo barrels allow weapons to access materials for reloading. You normally need a lot of them for your larger craft. Let's place a few more ammo barrels onto this fortress.
Move the marker into position.
They're making me go all the way across the map now. Let's see how it is, game.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. 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 Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position.
Energy is a different type of resource that is stored in batteries, which can be recharged in various ways. You can also convert energy to power by using an electric engine. For now, let's just place a few more batteries for energy storage.
Select the flashing red block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block.
The radioisotope thermoelectric generator, basically known as the RTG, is an expensive asset, but is constantly providing free energy that it stores in batteries. Craft powered by RTGs and electric engines don't burn materials at all. Let's place a few.
Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the marker into position. Move the marker into position. Left click to place the block. Move the
Unnecessary
marker
evil at
into
this point.
position. Move the marker into position. You're done. Leave build mode by pressing B.
Getting familiar with material is important for managing your campaigns. Fortresses are a great place to resupply your fleets, since they will commonly have plenty of material storage and be placed in resource zones. We've completed our construction on this fortress for now. In the next tutorial, we will be learning how to move materials between forces and across the world map. Congratulations, this tutorial is now complete.
Let's do logistics.
We're going to learn about moving material around and resupplying our units.
Oh, hi.
This tutorial will be of most help in preparing for campaign play. We're going to do the entire tutorial with out-of-play forces, first introduced in the Strategic Controls tutorial. We will do everything from the fleet interface. Let's open it now. Open the fleet interface by pressing E. I've created a resource harvesting fortress for you. It has resource gatherers on it, powered by fuel engines, which burn some material. And it generates material when in a resource zone. If you mouse over the material gatherer unit, you'll see it has spawned with 100 materials. These numbers will not change until it enters a resource zone and begins to harvest. Let's move the material gatherer into the resource zone now.
Moving out.
Move the material
Moving
gatherer
out.
into the resource zone.
Moving out.
Select the unit and right-click in the green resource zone ring. With the material gatherer in the zone, it will start to burn some materials to gather much more material. We will need to defend material gatherers in order to survive. I will create a guard vehicle
Moving
for
out.
you.
Moving
Okay,
out.
a guard vehicle has been created for you.
Receiving.
Let's put both of these two units in the same fleet. You were shown
Receiving.
how to do this in a Strategic Controls tutorial. Now let's
Receiving.
rename the fleet to Processing Fleet
Receiving.
by pressing the flashing red button and typing the new name in. What we want to achieve is the
Receiving.
material gatherer giving materials to the
Moving
guard
now.
boat. We will do this using
Moving
supply
now.
types. First, we activate Resource View, which shows loads of extra logistical options. Activate Resource View by pressing the flashing red button or pressing Ctrl R. Now select the Material Gatherer Force. We're now going to set procurement levels. These are the minimum amount of different resources we will keep. Resources above these levels can be given away to other forces, but we will never give away so much that we drop below these procurement levels. Set the Material Gatherer to only keep a small amount of material, so that it can give a lot to the guard boat. Look for the flashing red button. Now select the guard boat force.
Receiving.
Set the guard boat to keep loads of material. Look for the flashing red button. The desired levels are now set, but nothing is happening. That's because we need to assign the supply type of these two forces. There are 3 supply types: Creator, Cargo, and User. The settings determine how energy and material are shared between vehicles. Let's arrange our forces into types now. Put Material Gatherer into Creator type by selecting it and left-clicking the flashing red button.
Oh, wait.
Listening.
Put Guard Boat into
Receiving.
User type by selecting it and clicking the flashing red button. We will now see numbers flying around the screen representing the flow of material between these two forces. You will also see a green bubble outline that shows the forces sharing this material. Supply groups are useful for keeping all forces in a fleet well stocked. But what about supplying distant fleets? I've spawned in a distant boat called Combat Boat with no material, and a supply vessel called Supply Boat with loads of storage capacity for material. We will start by setting Supply Boat to be a cargo type. This will mean that Materia Gatherer tries to fill it up with material. Select the Supply Boat force. Put Supply Boat into cargo type by pressing the flashing red button. I'm now going to move the camera a bit so that you can see everything. We will now wait here until Supply Boat is full of materials. Press the ×10 button in the bottom right corner of the screen to speed up time. Material Gatherer will give material to the Supply Boat once they have an excess. Because we set Guard Boat to demand high amounts of material, this will take some time. Whilst we wait, we will configure the Supply Boat procurement levels. We want to set the procurement levels to the bare minimum, so that most of the supplies are given to the Combat Boat that we are supplying. Set the Supply Boat to only keep a small amount of material, so that it can give a lot to the Combat Boat. Look for the flashing red button. Order Supply Boat to move near Combat Boat.
Receiving. Moving
Select
now.
Combat Boat.
Moving now. Receiving.
Now we will make the Combat Boat a user type, so that the Supply Boat provides it with loads of material. Put Combat Boat into user type by pressing the flashing red button. Now we will set the procurement levels of Combat Boat so that it can be fully resupplied by the supply fleet. Let's set the procurement for material to its maximum level. Set the Combat Boat to keep maximum material so that it's always combat ready. Look for the flashing red button. If you move supply fleet back and forth between processing fleet and combat fleet, you'll see that supply fleet will refill and empty its supplies until the combat fleet is full. This tutorial is now complete.
The rest of these are all like weapon stuff, so turn the main menu. So now, theoretically, I skipped those two. Okay. So I'm going to use the restroom break again. I think I kept this thing open. I'll see you guys in like 10 minutes. I just gave myself a lot of time just in case. Okay, well, that took less time than I thought, so set the timer. What we're gonna do, we're gonna sing it there. Ships in of Netter in an endless adventure. Let's try a new campaign. Quest for Netter. Netter is a primary planet of the world from the depths. It's the ship's game. It ships with the game and is constantly updated by the team. Excuse me. Why not? We're going to play on easy. You are known as the River Rat. Born on Erwick River to humble river scavengers, you were sheltered in your youth about the stories of ruthless, greedy pirates who would stop at nothing to get what they wanted. With only your mother to look up to, you were bound by fear of the waters of Erwick. Erwick? Erwick. I'm going with that one. Erwick. And the roaming denizens. One day you found a note saying that your mother was kidnapped, leaving you to fend for yourself on your floating home called the Wanderlust. Ooh, that's actually a decent name. Soon after, you were approached by one whose name of Captain Saul, a true pirate of power, and wealth. He promised to protect you in exchange for the technology your boat was bestowed by your mother. Your paranoia of being alone was greater than the fear of pirates, so you reluctantly accepted and joined him on the ship named the Prowler. Pirates on the prowl. With bringing the Wanderlust over the time, you were taught the ways of the water by Saul and his group until the day you were taken to a fortress where you found your mother alongside someone named Ruger. When Ruger mumbled the words, "my child," Sal armed the cannons, blasted the fortress to ruin, and abandoned you with your deceased parents before taking the Wanderlust for himself and his crew. On a shattered fortress filled with sorrow, it is here that you plot your revenge. Revenge not only against Captain Sal, but against all the Deepwater Guard who supported and protected pirates like him. With your revenge comes a snap to your brain. Why stop there? You've heard the stories through the grapevine about the other factions and their ways. Within each of them, you see a seed of corruption, something that makes them a threat to this world. Perhaps you could change the world for the greater good in an all-out quest for Netter. Begin the campaign on easy difficulty. If you complete the campaign, you may qualify for a scoreboard ranking. Adjustment of the difficulty or game configuration settings during the campaign will permanently shift your campaign into custom difficulty. Interesting. Begin new campaign. Let's take a look around. So there's our resource gathering spot. Simple RTG 2 battery engine. Okay, good to know. Kind of get a tour of the ship real quick. AA mainframe, okay. Goes to the thing. Turbocharger, engine exhaust. Cylinder, fuel engine bay, Material container, material container, material container. Thousand 30,000 commodities. FS token. We got a boat. A boat. Docking and construction. Huh. Okay. Ammo storage. Explosive! So leave this wide open, right, folks? Yeah, I'm sure that'll go well. Small anti-air missiles. Medium missiles. Okay, so we got a little bit of a base. Okay. Control room. Oh. Okay. So, what is that? There's a dish piece. Octopole 40 millimeter MKS. Not gonna lie, that looks kind of cool. I'm just kind of getting my bearings of what I've got on the ship. Explosive pellets. Can you please let me look at you? What is it? I just wanted to look at what it says. Okay, I don't know what kind of gun this is, but okay. Ah, okay, that's what the problem was. Six. I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do here. Those are exhaust pipes. Okay.
Receiving.
AI. Do a mainframe. Mainframe. Wireless transmitter. Wireless receiver. And there we go. Ooh, that gives me an idea. Where is it? Mainframe. Connector. So AI. Wireless receiver. Wireless transmitter. Now, if I remember... Where is it? Control? No. Isn't. Kind of detection components. There it is. Okay. Blocks. Let's do some lightweight alloy. Just to kind of protect our AI stuff. Not the most beautiful of ships, but hey, you know what? You know what? This is kind of a temporary ship, anyways. Okay, well, let's get back to stuff like this. Detection components. It's an ugly looking ship, but it's my ugly looking ship. Relative buoyancy, regular error in the parent target. No. Laser, there it is. Now, what we forgot to do. Well, I forgot to do. Actually, you know what? We're just going to delete this ship entirely. Or at least the stuff that I've done. Oh, I just pressed spacebar. Okay. Wait, get to the ship. How do I get into the... Oh, there we go. Spacebar. Coalition forces. Hmm. New blueprints. How do I load? Hmm. Okay, well, I'm figuring things out slowly but surely. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm just trying to figure this out as I kind of go along. Why can't I get on this? That's weird. Okay, well, let's go to the ship. See, I don't know what I'm doing exactly, to be honest. I don't want to go with that comment because I feel kind of bad. I don't know, it doesn't tell me. Oof. Come on, keyboard. Okay, well, I figured how to get on the ship at least. Okay. So first things first, water. Fuel engines. I'm going to say 4. Ooh, I just realized something I can do. We're gonna build a ship. Boom! Haha! Exhaust pipes! Not sure if I'm actually doing this right, but... Okay, so I got my ventilation done. Where am I? Fuel engines, okay. The inline turbocharger connects to an exhaust pipe to a carburetor. It increases RPM efficiency and cylinders connected. Okay, so I did something wrong. Not necessary, actually. Might want to do a six-way pipe, maybe. Fuel engine. efficient engine that creates 300 plus power. Yeah, no, I'm not. The inline turbocharger connects to an exhaust pipe to adapter. This placement of cylinders away from the crankshaft. It's connected to the cylinders to generate place. Extending the generator. Okay, we may have done this wrong. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, so we got our generator. So first things first, crankshaft. The crankshaft is what connects the cylinder to the generator. Place the crankshaft in a line extending from the generator. Okay. Okay, next. Cylinder uses materials to produce power. It connects downwards onto the crankshaft or downwards directly to the front of the generator. Most connections to carburetors and injectors as well as turbochargers and exhaust pipes. I did this. I feel like this is not going to work. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, we're gonna... Hold on, let's just go... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Unsaved. Okay, so let's do something. Okay, we're gonna start a new campaign again, because now that I figured that something out that's kind of important... I've already read this, so let's start it on easy. While that loads, I'm going to take the restroom. Okay, I am back. I need to monitor my other screen more often. Okay, load a vehicle. 10 netter player. I'm trying to find where these ships are that I... MCV, submarine, I'm trying to find where the Steam Workshop stuff would be. Guide sales. Where do I find the Steam Workshop stuff? I don't want to load the AI ships because I feel like that'd be cheating. So I think it's player. Yes, garage, owl. Jeanette. Huh. Hmm. Let's just say I want the Fletcher Destroyer. Top speed, armament. She has 6'4", she has 4 engines, produce. Yeah, we're just subscribed. Let's look up how to spawn these. I want to spawn the Fletcher in first. I feel like that's a decent ship to start with. I have all of these, as you can see. I have a few like German ships as well. But they're all those are all battleships. That is my behind the scenes stuff. That is irrelevant. And that's a caps lock. Why do I have 5 messages. Among your designs. Press escape, load ship should be under your name. I'm not sure if you can spawn them through X as enemy ships. Nope. Oh, okay. I think I did something wrong. Okay. What we're going to do is we're just going to save campaign, right? Okay. Slot 0, empty. We'll just name this one first. Run through, save. Okay, I'm assuming it's saving. I feel bad. I missed that person's comment. He probably already left. Main menu. Hold on. Okay. Vehicle workshop option in the menu first. Vehicle workshop option in the okay. So we got the Yamato. We have the Montana. The lovely USS Fleta. Oh, I gotta save it. Okay. Yamato. This is not for the campaign, but we're gonna try using them in the campaign. There's a nice little landing craft. And then we got this baby. The USS Baltimore Heavy Cruiser. Now, load vehicle. Me. We want the Fletcher. The USS Fletcher.
Listening. Receiving. Listening.
Hmm. Recollection of stance below is disabled until it can play. We're gonna go out to sea, I guess. Actually.
Receiving. Listening.
We're gonna go take our boat over here. A little boat. Hmm. Okay, this feels weird. HUJK? Like, really? What is this? Why not WASDA? Why not use WASDA? I don't understand that.
Listening.
I guess we'll just do that for the time being. Okay, let's try loading a different vessel then. When he says not built for this, I guess he really meant it. Load vehicle. Will I be able to spawn any of these, I wonder? Ah.
Receiving.
Exclamation.
Receiving.
I wonder if... I wonder what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I did the tutorial and that's about it.
Receiving.
Maybe. I've not done this before, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing here, but... Waha! Made it. So 60. Will release when it has been held for 1 second and has been built to at least 60%. The blueprint does not exist. Yes. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. It's becoming very apparent that I'm completely lost. You know what? What's this 5%? Is it building? Is Is it actually being built? I wonder. Ugh. Frames. Oh my gosh! It's being built. Oh. Oh! I figured it out. I don't know what I did, but I did it. I don't know what I did, but I did it. And I'm a happy camper. Don't know exactly what I did, but by golly, I did it. What is this? Fire control computer. Local weapon control, LCU, lighting, light fitting, or preview.
Receiving. Receiving.
Only move a force, when the AI in patrol fleet move order or forces out of play. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Ammo storage. Look at all the ammo storage, which is explosive, is beneath my command center. Okay, that's a scary thought. Controller, local weapons. Where will I go and put... I want to be able to make this move. First things first, I need to find a place to... I feel as I'm comfortable storing things. I mean, look at her be built. I don't know why I keep getting that sound effect multiple times, but whatever. Whee! Okay. I'm thinking about building one. Can I find stairs? Decorations, maybe. Miscellaneous. Vehicle to vehicle. Ooh, that's gonna be handy. Hearthstone supply player energy required to survive in story missions without one vehicle / structures is considered dead in the same story mission. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Defense, maybe? Let's do land. Okay, nope. Blocks. Do wood. I guess I could do a slope. I mean, not exactly what I want, but hey, you know what? Yeah, it's not the kind of slope I want, but my god, is it a slope? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. We'll figure something out on that scenario later. AI. Hovercraft AI, bombing run AI, circular airplane, frontal hovercraft AI. Enemy at a given distance while pointing at it. Control maybe? Spin block controller. You know what? I think we could just drive her, right? We could just drive the ship, right? I don't know where these blocks are. That's kind of frustrating. I hit S, but it's not. The vehicle. Go material storage of the vehicle. Material available to the player in some modes. You'll see giving materials. This refers to dumping material from your team. Storing to local vehicles. Okay. No. I've not tried this thing out yet, but... Okay. That looks like it's gonna work. Flags like projector images can be defined using either web URL or hashtag systems. If you place an image in image file c-me documents from the depth imagery called myimage.png JPEG, you can use them as a flag entering the Find your signature. Signatures are saved into your blueprints so that other people who receive your blueprints will know who. Map marker. In the fields you may use to start the game out. In the fields below you may need to start the game being a file. I don't know. Alright, boys and girls, I got the Z6 now. You hear? Yo, y'all better behave now. I got my Z6. Also got my handy dandy little pistol. That's not a pistol. Okay. Now that's what I call a grenade launcher. Boom. Okay, that's just satisfying here. And this here be a blunderbuss. Y'all better behave, you hear now? Y'all better behave now, you hear? Also got me handy dandy Sten gun. Auto function, okay. I can respect that game. I'm pretty much using up all my resources by the looks of it to build this thing, but I don't care. I'm trusting my starting zone to, you know. Oh my god, frames. Frames are hard these days. I mean, serial container. Yeah, we are just consuming it as we make it. Like, no joke, bro. Not a joke at all. 0.2 and 1. Gonna kind of tinker around with this one. I made everything like this. Oh, yeah. How about we don't do that, though? I want to just ensure... that we have the area completely lit up. You know, might want to cut that down a bit. What I could do is cut down the intensity, actually. To a 1. I'm trying to figure out what to do here at this point. If I'm being real with all of you. So I'm just tinkering with the lights until we figure out what to do until we get our ship ready. How is the Fletcher doing? Yeah, she's coming. She's coming along. Slowly but surely, she's coming along. What does the thing say? I want it to be held until it's 100%. Designer has been selected and you'll be able to click the... here to load it. Okay. Does it tell me how long ago? How long? Make it go, let's just say 90 meters away this time. Let's just say, let's go back to 60. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll let you guys watch the sheep, the wonderful, wonderful sheep he built. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Let's go see. Actually, let's go take a tour of what we got so far. So this is a turret. Let's just get that down here. She looks like she might be a fine vessel someday. Hopefully soon, because we need to get on. We need to get ourselves underway a little. She'd be taking on what? Ooh, the door just got put down on that one. Yep, Doggo's getting excited because it's time for food. He knows what time it is. He knows it's dinner time. Because he's smart, Doggo. He's very smart, Doggo. Sometimes he does stupid things, though. Come on. Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, I like that. Hold on. Let's see what happens if I do this. Let's take it down to 20 range. Can I like edit my settings a little? Options, graphics. Disable to force the reuse of pre-220. Yeah, let's turn off bloom. Disable this pushes the vehicle block shaders back into the dark ages. Don't do a hit unless your computer is a potato or you like to add 100,000 blocks to your vehicles. Oh, that's great. A color amplifier. Sun intensity factor 1. Sun intensity factor 1. Okay. Edge detection, post-processing effect, ambient collision. Let's just say, what if I did medium? Oh dear Lord.
Receiving. Receiving.
That didn't really help. I don't feel like that helped much. Well, it helped a little, but we'll do that when we're away from the base, I think. Oh, so that's the rear of the ship. That's the front of the ship. The middle's missing. The whole middle is missing. Oh my god, my frames. I'm afraid to even have a death counter on. Why is it my...
Receiving. Form up and fly with fleet.
This game is gorgeous, but I really am beginning to wonder if I can even handle it. Okay, folks. Well, for the time being, I'm going to be ending the stream for now, so I'll see you all next time. Have a good night, a good evening, and a good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and all that fun jazz. I'll see you.